Hello and welcome back to Ace Academy. After one deep breath, I follow Kaori out of the room. Alright, let's dance this dance. Most matches during reading week are pretty quiet in terms of audience, but today the auditorium is filled with as many people, if not more, than a typical match.
Two undefeated teams, but only one will continue their winning streak. Entering first is Ace 204911.
We still need an actual team name. The crowd thunders to life and I stare out into the sea of people as they jump and wave from their seats. The difference from the polite applause we received when we started is surreal. Their energy fuels me and I can't hold back my grin. This is a taste of what it's like to compete in the big leagues. Then count me in.
Versus the team who requires no introduction, Reborn!
The stadium rumbles from all the cheering. The underdog versus the university's pride. I put aside my studying to watch a match like that too. Okay, that's pretty bitching. Reborn enters the stadium. Their gears sparkle underneath the lights, a sleek and pristine image of the modernity of Alduin.
Are you all ready for this legendary showdown?
The crowd goes wild.
Then let's not delay this anymore! And begin!
Let's go! Stick to the plan and be vocal.
Roger.
Got it.
Okay.
I jet away from the rest of my team as they circle Akira's team. As if looking into a mirror, Akira's team follows suit. They boost towards the rest of my team as Akira stays put. His gear shifts into a fighting stance. He brandishes his scythe and activates the energy blade. Oh yeah, Scythes. They're not actually... Actually, to be fair, now I want to look up if there's a medieval treatise on scythe fighting. I'd be curious. Anyway. He was waiting for me. Did he anticipate our plans, or did he just want to fight me one-on-one? Either way, it doesn't matter. All that matters now is that I'm here and Akira's here. My teammates' voices fade into the background as they coordinate their attacks against the rest of Reborn. And all of my focus is on the Phoenix. Size him up. Still keeping some distance between us, I stop my thrusters. I ready my weapons and stare down Phoenix. The crowd ignites at the sight of our impending showdown. Alright, Akira. Let's see what makes you so popular. I max Eagle's thrusters and dash forward, and Phoenix braces for the attack. Strike. I deliver a powerful blow, and with its scythe raised, Phoenix parries, but still gets knocked back from the sheer force of my attack. Phoenix dashes towards me, winding up his scythe for a carving. My reflexes kick into motion and I send my energy to my side thrusters. With a rumble of my engines, I dodge to the side and send a powerful strike towards Phoenix. Its shield shimmers to protect the gear, but looks like it took a decent hit to his energy reserve. I fall into defense and circle Akira, who circles me, both waiting for the other to make a move. And Akira is the first to break the circle, and as soon as he activates his thrusters, so do I. We boost towards each other at incredible speed, our weapons leading the way. Our energy blades collide in a loud ringing which rends the air. I grit my teeth and push with all my might as our blades stay locked in a battle of wills. Parry. The sweat beads on my forehead while I continue to control Eagle. Channeling all of my strength, a yell escapes my lips as I force his scythe up and spin out of the way to land a swing at his back. The hit registers as Akira's shield shimmers dangerously. Yes! If I keep this up, I think I can win! I can't tell if I can hear the roar of the crowd or if that's the blood thundering in my ears in time with the pounding of my heart. Before I have a chance to catch my breath, Phoenix boosts towards me. His scythe points at me, ready for an attack. Extending my blade for a parry, and his thrusters change at the last moment and his scythe switches angles. I manage to block with some of the force of my blade, but it's at an awkward angle, and Phoenix swoops wide again. Can't block. Scythe smashes into Eagle's side. Phoenix is about to swing again. Akira is attacking far more aggressively now than when we began. Is he just taking it easy to gauge my ability? Well, I won't be underestimated. If he thinks he's about to swing for the win, he'll be sorely disappointed. I flip on the overdrive mode, and I pray that it works. The familiar shifting of noises in motion sounds my cockpit, and my heart beats fast, threatens to beat out of my chest in anticipation. An eruption of energy explodes from Eagle, and I'm once again looking at my energy reserve sitting well over 9,000. I let out a small whoop of relief and excitement, and feel just as pumped and rejuvenated as Eagle. I have 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see if Phoenix can last that long. My fists glow softly from the overwhelming energy, and channeling that energy I ready myself to attack. It suddenly collides with Eagle and forces me to slide back. Huh? Phoenix's wings extend and his entire gear is surrounded by a swirl of red energy. What? Can Akira's gear enter overdrive mode too? How is this possible? Phoenix races towards me, snapping me out of my thoughts. Phoenix maxes its thrusters and leaps to the air, and as it spirals down I raise my arm and our fists collide. Waves of energy ripple away from us, and still clutching my blade in my other hand I strike. Phoenix rolls to the side and dashes back towards me with side raised. Our blades clash in a parry. Since we're both in overdrive mode, it looks like we're back on an equal footing. I clench my jaw. This did not go well for me when we were simply on pilot skill. How should I play this? Delay tactics, stick to the plan. When in doubt, follow the plan. I need to keep Akira out of play for as long as I can. I alter my energy output to play defensively and raise my blade in case I need a block or parry. I cautiously watch the Phoenix, who activates again and rushes towards me. My defense protocol enabled, I easily parry his blow and return to my defensive stance. Phoenix charges forward again, swinging the side to the right, which I manage to block. Without a second's hesitation, Phoenix spins and lands an energy fist into Eagle's front arc. Shield shimmers as it absorbs the blow which otherwise would have taken the gear out in one strike. I keep a watchful eye on my stats. I want to be able to delay him for too long before he'll weigh me down. That's okay. I stay focused and block blow after blow. Those which make it through my defenses are absorbed by my shield. Even with no energy output, and no offense or thrusters, Akira's skillful attacks are rapidly connecting and depleting my overdrive reserve. Looks like I won't be able to sustain many more attacks after this. Phoenix charges towards me one last time, and I brace for the final blow. Phoenix hovers on top of me in mid-swing, but the red glow has disappeared. All of its energy is gone. Did it just get depowered? This is very reminiscent of how Eagle suddenly depowers after overdrive mode. It's way too similar to be coincidence. Although Phoenix can't move, Eagle still can. I glance at the timer. Only 45 seconds have passed. A wan smile graces my lips. Looks like Eagle's core is still one of a kind.
Akira's depowered?
What? Are you serious?
Right, there's still a match going on. No time for dilly-dallying. With my overdrive mode still good for about 2 minutes, I speed towards my teammates and assess the damage. Sho and Mayu were depowered, but they took out one of the opposing gears and dealt decent damage to the others. Aura is struggling to hold off 2 gears at once. Her arm was riddled with dints and dings, and she's definitely seen better days. I'm here! With Eagle and Aura back to back, we both ready
We
ourselves.
can still do this.
Show them what the overdrive can do. Alright, let's go! I spawn an energy shield in front of us to block the incoming shots as Kaori charges in, safe behind the protective wall. As soon as we're within melee range, we engage the remaining gears. My shield waves as Kaori duels one on Reborn, but it hardly matters. Her blades are a blur as they slice through the air, and as soon as she has the opposing gear on the defensive. My opponent can barely withstand Eagle's overdrive attacks, and although he manages to get a few strikes in, I ultimately depower him. My overdrive mode expires shortly after, so I turn my attention to Kaori's battle. Even though both her and Reborn's gear are damaged, Aura's in much worse condition from the battle before. Stay quiet, she knows what to do. I stay quiet and watch in silence. Neither Sho nor Mayu make a sound either. A focused Kaori is an unstoppable Kaori. Aura readjusts her and readies her weapon, as does the other gear. They charge at each other in a clashing of blades, and they seem evenly matched in their struggle, until Aura suddenly uses a burst of energy to overwhelm the opponent and knocks its blade away, and then she strikes. The blow depowers the enemy gear. It depowers Kaori as well. She used all of her remaining energy to deal the final blow. The arena is eerily quiet. Even the announcer is silent.
Hold on, folks. We'll have to check the replay on that.
The air is thick in my cockpit, and I'm acutely aware of how my breath comes in ragged points. Please, please let us be the victorious. An image projects on the stadium billboard. Aura and the Reborn gear's blades are locked. I hold my breath as the video unfolds. Aura forces the enemy blade away and strikes. The gear depowers, and only 1 second later, Aura depowers, which means...
Ace 204911 continues their undefeated streak!
The ground shakes beneath my feet as the stadium rumbles with cheers and applause. We won?
We did it, Broseph!
Kaori lets out a loud cheer as Mayu laughs. I stare out into the crowd, hardly able to register what's going on. The people, the noises, the acrid smell of burned metal, it's sensory overload. But... but we did it! We actually did it! With the match finished, gear controls are
I
restored.
think we can all agree that this was the best preseason match, bar none. Am I right?
So I'm assuming Akira's core overload is based on what their engineers saw of mine. But they haven't got it up to this standard yet. The stadium thunders approval.
We'll have the replays available later today. For now, I'll have to ask our contenders to leave the arena so the next match can begin.
Before shuffling out of the arena, Phoenix gives us a saluted wave. Speaking of Phoenix, how was it also equipped with the overdrive mode? An uneasiness settles in the pit of my stomach as we return our gears back to the hangar and make our way to the pre-combat room. I quickly change back into my uniform as questions keep swirling around in my mind. And when I enter the pre-combat room, I'm alone. My teammates must still be changing. I try to collect my thoughts, but they're just as scattered as before. I barely register my teammates' arrival. Sho suddenly throws an arm around me and pulls me close, nearly choking me.
You were awesome out there!
Thanks. I want to share in Sho's jubilation, but I can't stop thinking about how another gear other than Eagle was able to go into overdrive, if only for a short while.
I can't believe we beat Akira and his team!
Mayu's cheeks are flushed with excitement and she wears a small smile.
We got lucky we won this time. It was a really close call.
Oh, come on, Kaori. We won against Akira! No matter how close a call it was, we still beat the #1 team at ACE!
That may be true, but they're still the #1 seeded team.
With this victory, we should at least solidify position in the top 3.
Yep. Now doesn't that guy from that company look like a dick?
I suppose that's true too.
In fact, can we ring up his bosses and say, he declined the chance to sponsor us? Because that would make him look like a complete tool. She lets a smile escape, but clearly there's something going on in her mind.
But isn't anyone else concerned by Akira's overdrive ability?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. As far as I know, only Dad understood that kind of technology. So how the hell did Akira get hold of it?
If he knew about this, then he's got a lot of questions to answer.
He never used it in any previous battles, so this must be a recent addition.
I think I need to talk to him. Sho nods. I'm glad my teammates understand. With all these questions floating around in my mind, I can't enjoy our win.
Alright, you go take care of business first. But don't forget, today you are still a winner!
I could have done better. The only reason we won is because my overdrive mode outlasted Akira's. Sho shrugs.
That's all part of the battle. It's still a win, and you deserved it.
I'm gonna see if I can still catch up with Akira. The team nods and I head towards the hangar. Luckily, Akira is still there. Akira! He turns at the sound of his name and flashes me a smile.
Hey, I believe congratulations are in order.
I will give this game props for not making the ace pilot, a complete tool. He's actually a decent guy, which is unusual for these kind of things. Thanks. His smile is genuine, but something about him's different.
It's been a long time since I've had a match that close. What a rush. That type of feeling is intoxicating, isn't it? It's the reason I want to be a professional wargamer.
Even though he lost, there's no bitterness in his voice. In fact, he now speaks to me as if we're equals. Yeah, but... Okay, that's not why I'm here. His smile falters.
What's up?
You went into overdrive mode during the match. How did you do that?
It kicks in automatically when I'm close to getting depowered.
Just like what mine used to do. My dual sets. How did you get that technology? Akira's smile drops completely at my tone.
It was an upgrade from Eludian. Is something wrong?
How did they get the technology?
I don't know. They didn't tell me anything specific, just that this gear was a prototype. I'm not sure what's going on, but I can get you in touch with them if you want.
I'd appreciate that.
Sure.
He rummages through his phone and texts me a phone number.
Here's the number to our account manager. Maybe he'll be able to tell you.
Thanks. I feel a little bad charging over and acting kind of cold towards Akira. Of course he wouldn't know what was going on. Eludian takes care of large installations like a new core. All Akira would know is how to use it. Look, I didn't get a chance to say this before, but that was a great match back there. Towards the end, I really wasn't sure who was going to come out victorious. Akira's smile returns.
Same here. Congrats again on your win.
Thanks. Akira glances past me.
I should get back to my team.
I nod and Akira leaves, and as soon as he's out of sight I dial the Odilon contact number. Odilon? What? I dial... I'm going to have a quick drink and then I'm going to start that sentence again. As soon as he's out of sight, I dial the Eludian contact number he gave me.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Richard. I'm one of the pilots for ACE 204911.
Yes, I'm familiar with you and your team. How can I help you?
I had some questions relating to Akira's core overdrive.
Unfortunately, I can't help you. I'm only involved in the team side of things. You'll have to talk to someone in the tech and engineering department.
I see. Is there a person I can get in touch with?
Your best bet would be to try calling Eludian's main number and setting up an appointment.
Well, that's a fob off if I've ever heard one. Alright, thanks.
Good luck.
After we hang up the call, I quickly locate Eludian's number. I try to keep my irritation in check as I wait for someone to answer. Finally, I reach the receptionist who helpfully inquires if I have an appointment or would like to make one. Realizing I was going to get nowhere, I make an appointment to visit the office tomorrow. I'm exhausted, and I've made no progress with getting answers. I text my team what happened, and find them waiting on the quad. Valerie and Yuna are there too.
Sho got us up to speed. With how long it took me to activate your overdrive mode, Eludian has got to be working with a prototype or have access to your core's blueprints.
Those are my thoughts exactly. But how would they have gotten those schematics?
I didn't give it to them. Promise.
I give her a weak grin. Not what I was implying, but still good to know.
Still, that sucks, Broseph.
Mayu nods.
I'm a little surprised the account manager doesn't know that information.
Yuna looks thoughtful.
I think for larger companies like Eludian, it makes sense. The account managers are the liaison between the sponsor and the sponsee, so that's their main focus. They make sure the team gets what was supposed to go to them, so they don't need to know how that item was acquired or developed in the first place.
Yeah,
The only time you see a lot of interdepartmental duties is when you're with smaller companies.
very true.
Does Dashu have a similar model as Eludian?
Oh yes, definitely. Especially since they sponsor more than one industry.
Yeah. Well, I have an appointment scheduled for tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be more successful.
Good. It's easier to demand answers in person.
Should bring you. You'd terrify the crap out of them.
Demand? Pretty sure that's how you get kicked out of a place.
He's got to be aggressive if he wants to get any answers. Otherwise, they'll keep passing him off from one person to the next.
Something weird is going on, and I intend to find out what. My voice holds more confidence than I feel. I can't quiet the sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. Yuna nods and speaks gently.
For now, you should try not to stress about it.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
You're right, I know. Look, I think I'm gonna head home then. I don't feel much like celebrating. The team murmurs their assent. The mood's ruined. Which is too bad, because this was the win we'd been waiting for. Once I get to the bottom of this, I promise we will celebrate properly. We say our goodbyes and I head to the parking lot, hop on my bike and head home. Uncle Kaido and Nikki are both sitting on the couch watching TV when I arrive. Hey Uncle Kaido. Hey Nikki. Kaido grins at me.
Welcome back. How was your match?
Actually, it...
Finally, you're home. I thought you were going to miss it.
Miss what?
The Moskers, of course. Did you forget?
In all of the excitement today, I completely forgot about the Moskars. My expression must have given away my thoughts because Nikki shakes her head. There's no chance I'd ever forget this moment when Leonardo DiLaprio will finally win that Moskar he so rightfully deserves. Well, let's face it, Leo's been tormenting himself for years, so, did he deserve to win it? Let's face it, the Oscars are kind of bollocks anyway. Nikki laughs.
We say
say that every time he's been nominated and each time you've been wrong?
I've got a good feeling about this one.
You say that every year, too.
I snuggle in between them on the couch just as the opening number starts. I only partially pay attention to most of the nominations. Every so often I peek at Uncle Kaido and Nikki. Kaido looks about as engaged as I am, while Nikki's practically on the edge of her seat. Every so often she'd shout out who she hopes would win. Finally, it's the moment we've been waiting for. The nominations for Best Actor. Leonardo DiCaprio is nominated for his role in The Apparition, against a bunch of people no one cares about. Uncle Kaido and I look over at each other in solidarity, and Nikki leans so far forward in her seat that I'm afraid she's going to fall off.
And the Oscar goes to...
I hold my breath as the announcer rips open the envelope in the slowest way possible.
Leonardo DiCaprio!
Yep, that was inevitable. Nikki jumps up and screams while Kaido throws a fist in the air and shouts excitedly. That'll do, Leonardo. That'll do. Do you think that's a deliberate reference to Babe, or was it an accident? I'm kind of hoping it was deliberate, because then they're comparing Leonardo DiCaprio to a pig. Which I think is kind of funny, because I don't particularly like him. I don't know what it is. There's only one film I've seen him in where I actually like him, and that's Catch Me If You Can. And that's mostly because he is playing a complete dickhead. Which is basically the... it's just such perfect casting, basically. Plus Tom Hanks spends the entire movie trying to put him in jail, which is also fun. Anyway. I can't hold back my grin as a wave of pride washes over me. This is a long time coming. It's about time he was formally recognised for his talents.
He won!
The Oscars are all paid for anyway.
I can hardly believe it.
Honestly, Nikki, I'm surprised you're so excited by this. I didn't even realise you liked him.
This is a momentous event. What's not to like?
Before I can answer, she shushes me.
Oh, he's about to give his speech.
I'll be honest, the awards I tend to care about are the technical awards. Anyway. We watch as Leonardo graciously accepts his Moscar and runs through his list of thanks. And finally, I'd like to mention how thankful I am that we took care of global warming back in 2016, so everyone can still enjoy the wonders of snow. The audience roars with applause as Sia walks off the stage.
What a classy guy.
I'm sorry, took care of global warming in 2016? That's optimistic. Unless somebody comes up with some sort of technology that's based on magic, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Also, both the American government and the Chinese government and the Russian government and the Indian government and, well, the British government and basically every other government needs to get off their arses and actually fund the right things. Seriously, fracking. No! Stop funding it, dickbags. Sorry, I feel kind of strongly about this particular issue. Anywho. Nikki gets back on her feet.
Anybody want a snack?
Kaido perks up.
I wouldn't say no to that.
Same here.
Be right back.
She runs off into the kitchen and returns with a plate of strawberries.
Ooh, strawberries.
Uncle Kaido's face lights up as he grabs the closest one to him. Without hesitation, he takes a huge bite and catches himself as chocolate dribbles down his chin. Wait, is that chocolate?
Yeah.
I pick up a strawberry and pop it into my mouth. Cream-filled.
I also have some filled with gelatin and cookie butter.
Oh god, what the hell is wrong with you? Cream and chocolate I get, but gelatin and cookie butter? What the hell is wrong with you?
This is amazing.
It's not that difficult. Take syringe, stab strawberry. She beams.
Do you really think so?
Yes!
I eat another strawberry in response.
Where did you find this idea?
I don't know, I was just thinking about how I wanted chocolate-covered strawberries, but I hate when the chocolate comes off unevenly or the shell breaks off when you bite into it. I figured this was a better yet still delicious alternative.
I can confirm that it is. Uncle Kaido eats another strawberry.
Do you think you can make this at the cafe?
Nikki's eyes glitter.
Seriously? You think it's that good?
Definitely. It's a simple twist on a familiar treat. I have no doubts it'll be well received.
I'd be honored!
Great! What do you want to call them?
Fruit suckles, cupberry, strawberry dream. What about strawberry dream?
That's not terrible.
Uncle Kaido looks thoughtful.
It's vague enough that it can encompass all the different filling options. We'll think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, since nobody here seems to appreciate my genius, I am going to bed.
It is getting late.
Uncle Kaido stifles a yawn.
Yeah, I think I'm going to turn in too.
He starts to get up, then pops the last strawberry into his mouth.
I thought you were going to bed.
I couldn't leave the poor thing to live on that plate all alone. Better that he's with his friends.
Oh god, that's a horrible way of phrasing that. Yep, definitely time for me to go to bed. Nikki giggles. After I help her clean up the kitchen a bit, I head upstairs and dream of dessert. Soft light beams on my face, mixed with a pitter-patter of soft footsteps, and I'm gently awoken from slumber. Yawning widely, I blink open my eyes and see Yuna placing a bag beside my desk. She tucks a strand of her long hair behind her ear before glancing over at me. When she sees that I'm awake, her face lights up in a wide smile.
Rise and shine.
Yuna?
Mm-hmm.
She walks over to me and sits on the edge of my bed. What are you doing here?
I'm here to study. Don't you remember?
Yuna leans over me.
Time to get up, sleepyhead. Up, up.
I'm up. Before I continue in response to I'm up, I would just like to say, oh my. Okay, I'm up. I throw back my blankets and step out of bed. Yuna grins in triumph, but just as suddenly her mouth opens in shock. What?
Why are you only in your boxers?
Honestly? Could be worse. I sleep naked, usually, depending on the time of year. I sleep in these? Her face turns bright red and she turns away from me.
Sorry, you should probably go get dressed.
Yeah, good idea. I grab my clothes and head towards the washroom to get dressed. And once I'm presentable, I return to my room to see Yuna sitting patiently at my desk. Her books and tablet are opened, and she'd even opened some of my textbooks for me too. I join her at the desk, and she's back to her usual self.
I figured we could start with history, so I got your book for you.
Thanks. I turn on my tablet, and Yuna and I begin to compare notes. We've studied a few times before, so Yuna and I easily worked up to a rhythm of quizzing each other, and after a couple of hours Yuna had to leave. After we said our goodbyes, I crawled right back into bed. Studying really takes it out of a guy. Oh, I'm exhausted. Before long I fall asleep. I woke up from my nap feeling refreshed. That really hit the spot. There's still lots of time before my Eludian. It's pronounced Eludian. You know this. You've heard it. Stop getting it wrong, you numpty. There's still a lot of time before my Eludian meeting this afternoon. I wonder if anyone's free. Right, again, cut this part a teensy bit short, but that's an excellent point to end it, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.